The Great Pyramid of Giza stands as a silent sentinel under the night sky, its four corners aligned with astonishing precision to the cardinal points of the compass. But here's the thing, this isn't just an ancient structure. It's a riddle carved in stone, a puzzle that has baffled historians, scientists, and explorers for thousands of years. How did a civilization without modern tools or technology achieve such precision? What secrets are hidden within its towering walls? And perhaps more intriguing, what does it tell us about the people who built it? This is just one of the countless mysteries that ancient natural wonders hold. From the enigmatic Stonehenge, where massive stones were hauled across vast distances, to the sprawling Nazca Lines etched into the desert floor, visible only from the skies, these marvels are more than just relics of the past. They are windows into the minds of our ancestors, testaments to their ingenuity, and reminders of the questions we still can't fully answer. What if these wonders weren't just monuments to the past, but clues to something much bigger? What if they hold secrets about the natural world, the cosmos, or even our own history that we've yet to uncover? Today, we're embarking on a journey through time, exploring these ancient marvels and the mysteries they conceal. Together, we'll uncover the stories behind Stonehenge, the Nazca Lines, the Giant's Causeway, and more. This isn't just a history lesson, it's an adventure into the unknown. So, are you ready to step into the past and discover the secrets that have been waiting for centuries to be revealed? Let's begin. The Great Pyramid of Giza isn't just a marvel of engineering, it's a cosmic enigma. Built over 4,500 years ago, this colossal structure isn't merely aligned with the Earth's cardinal directions, it also mirrors the heavens. Its four sides are oriented with such precision that it aligns almost perfectly with the stars of Orion's belt, a constellation deeply significant in ancient Egyptian mythology. This celestial connection has led many to wonder, was the pyramid designed as a tomb, or could it have been something far more extraordinary? The mathematical precision of the pyramid is equally astonishing. The ratio of its height to its base perimeter is remarkably close to the mathematical constant pi, a relationship that shouldn't have been possible for a civilization without advanced calculators or measuring tools. Even more intriguing is the fact that the pyramid's dimensions correspond to the Earth's measurements on a scale of 1 to 43,200, suggesting an ancient understanding of our planet's size long before modern science confirmed it. But how did the ancient Egyptians achieve this? Theories abound, from the use of sleds and ramps to transport the massive limestone blocks, some weighing as much as 2.5 tons across vast distances, to even more speculative ideas involving lost technologies or extraterrestrial assistance. While we may never know for sure, the sheer scale of their accomplishment speaks to a level of ingenuity and determination that still leaves us in awe today. And then there's the question of purpose. While it's widely believed the pyramid served as a tomb for Pharaoh Khufu, some researchers propose alternative theories. Could it have been a cosmic energy generator harnessing the Earth's natural forces? Or perhaps a gateway to the stars, a physical representation of the ancient Egyptian spiritual connection to the cosmos? Whatever the truth, the Great Pyramid of Giza remains a testament to humanity's endless quest to reach beyond the known. This celestial connection isn't unique to the Great Pyramid. Across the globe, ancient cultures built structures that seem to echo the patterns of the stars, as if they were trying to capture the heavens on Earth. From the towering ziggurats of Mesopotamia to the intricate temples of the Maya, these monuments suggest a shared fascination with the skies, a fascination that continues to captivate us today. Standing on the windswept plains of Salisbury in England, Stonehenge rises like a question carved in stone. This ancient circle of towering megaliths has puzzled archaeologists, historians, and curious visitors for centuries. But what was its purpose? Was it a prehistoric calendar, a sacred burial ground, or perhaps a stage for spiritual rituals that connected the living with the divine? One of the most striking features of Stonehenge is its alignment with the solstices. During the summer solstice, the rising sun perfectly aligns with the heel stone, casting its first rays directly into the heart of the circle. Similarly, during the winter solstice, the sun sets in precise alignment with the monument. This celestial synchronization has led many to believe that Stonehenge served as a sophisticated astronomical calendar, a tool for tracking the seasons and predicting celestial events crucial for agriculture and survival. Yet, the mystery doesn't end there. The stones themselves are a marvel of engineering. Some of the larger sarsen stones weigh up to 25 tons, and the smaller blue stones were transported over 150 miles from the Preseli Hills in Wales. How did Neolithic people, without the benefit of wheels or metal tools, move and erect these massive stones? Theories range from the use of log rollers and sledges to more speculative ideas involving ancient waterways or even supernatural assistance. Regardless of the method, the effort and ingenuity required are nothing short of astounding. Beyond its possible function as a calendar, Stonehenge may have also been a sacred site for spiritual rituals. Archaeologists have uncovered human remains in and around the monument, suggesting it served as a burial ground for high-status individuals. Some researchers believe it was a place of healing where people gathered to seek spiritual or physical renewal. The blue stones, in particular, were thought to have magical properties, adding another layer of meaning to this enigmatic site. What's fascinating is how Stonehenge reflects a broader pattern among ancient civilizations using natural landmarks and monumental architecture to connect with the cosmos. From the Great Pyramid's alignment with Orion's belt to the Nazca Lines' celestial patterns, these structures suggest a universal human impulse to understand and mirror the heavens. Stonehenge, with its precise alignments and enduring mystery, stands as a testament to the ingenuity and spiritual depth of our ancestors. As we ponder the purpose of Stonehenge, it's impossible not to marvel at the sophistication of Neolithic society. This wasn't just a group of people struggling to survive. They were thinkers, builders, and dreamers who sought to harmonize their lives with the rhythms of the natural world. Whether it was a calendar, a sacred site, or something else entirely, Stonehenge remains a powerful reminder of humanity's endless quest to find meaning in the cosmos. And this connection between ancient structures and the heavens doesn't stop here. Across the globe, from the towering ziggurats of Mesopotamia to the intricate temples of the Maya, we find echoes of this celestial fascination. These monuments, like Stonehenge, invite us to look up and wonder, what did our ancestors see in the stars, and what secrets are still waiting to be uncovered? High above the arid plains of southern Peru, the Nazca Lines stretch across the desert like a sprawling canvas of ancient art. These enormous geoglyphs, some spanning hundreds of feet, depict intricate designs of animals, plants, and geometric shapes visible only from the sky. Created over 2,000 years ago by the Nazca civilization, these mysterious markings have sparked endless debates about their purpose and meaning. Were they messages to the gods, a form of ancient communication, or something even more extraordinary? The precision of the Nazca Lines is nothing short of astonishing. The figures, which include a hummingbird, a spider, and a monkey, are drawn with such accuracy that their proportions remain intact even when viewed from great heights. The lines themselves, some as wide as a modern highway, were created by removing the dark, iron-rich pebbles that cover the desert floor, revealing the lighter soil beneath. This simple yet ingenious technique has preserved the designs for centuries, but it also raises questions. How did the Nazca people, without the ability to fly, create such precise and massive artworks? One of the most compelling theories is that the lines were part of a ritualistic communication with the gods. The Nazca civilization, like many ancient cultures, relied heavily on agriculture, and the region's arid climate made water a precious resource. Some researchers believe the geoglyphs were intended as offerings or prayers to deities, asking for rain and fertility. The animal figures, often associated with water and life in Nazca mythology, could have symbolized these pleas. The geometric shapes, meanwhile, might have served as pathways or markers for ceremonial processions, guiding participants through sacred rituals, but not all theories are grounded in earthly explanations. Some have suggested that the Nazca Lines were created as signals or landing strips for extraterrestrial visitors. While this idea captures the imagination, it lacks concrete evidence. What's more plausible is that the Nazca people used simple tools and techniques, combined with an extraordinary understanding of perspective and scale, to create these monumental designs. For example, they may have used wooden stakes and ropes to plot out the figures, scaling up smaller models to achieve their breathtaking size. Preserving the Nazca Lines is a challenge that continues to this day. The fragile desert environment, combined with modern threats like climate change and human activity, puts these ancient wonders at risk. Efforts to protect the site include restricting access and using advanced technology like drones to monitor the lines without causing damage. Yet the question remains, how can we ensure that these enigmatic creations survive for future generations to study and admire? The Nazca Lines are more than just a testament to the ingenuity of an ancient civilization. They are a reminder of humanity's enduring desire to leave a mark on the world. Whether they were intended as messages to the gods, celestial maps, or something else entirely, these geoglyphs invite us to ponder the motivations and capabilities of the people who created them. This impulse to shape the natural world is not unique to the Nazca. Across the globe, ancient cultures have left their own indelible imprints, from the towering stone heads of Easter Island to the intricate cave paintings of Lascaux. Each of these wonders tells a story of human creativity, spirituality, and the timeless quest to connect with something greater than ourselves. And as we explore these ancient mysteries, we're reminded that the past is not just a collection of artifacts. It's a living, breathing narrative that continues to shape our understanding of who we are and where we come from. As we turn our gaze to the next chapter in this journey through time, let's ask ourselves, how did other ancient cultures express their beliefs and aspirations through the natural world? What secrets do their creations hold, and what can they teach us about the enduring power of human imagination? The answers, like the Nazca Lines themselves, are waiting to be discovered. Nestled along the rugged coast of Northern Ireland, the Giant's Causeway is a sight that seems to defy explanation. Thousands of interlocking hexagonal basalt columns stretch out toward the sea, their geometric precision so perfect that it's easy to believe they were shaped by human hands, or perhaps, as legend suggests, by the hands of a giant. This breathtaking natural wonder, formed over 60 million years ago by intense volcanic activity, is a testament to the raw power and artistry of the Earth itself. The columns, some reaching heights of nearly 40 feet, were created as molten lava cooled and contracted, fracturing into these remarkably uniform shapes. What's astonishing is how nature, without any blueprint or plan, produced such an intricate and symmetrical design. The hexagonal pattern, which appears almost mathematical, is the result of physics specifically, the way cooling lava minimizes energy as it solidifies. It's a phenomenon that scientists call columnar jointing, and while the process is now understood, the sheer scale and perfection of the Giant's Causeway still leave visitors in awe. But long before geologists unraveled the science behind this marvel, the Causeway inspired myths and legends that endure to this day. One of the most famous tales involves Finn McCool, a legendary Irish giant. According to the story, Finn built the Causeway as a pathway to Scotland to confront his rival Benandana. When Finn realized his opponent was far larger than he'd imagined, he disguised himself as a baby, tricking Benandana into thinking the baby's father must be even more fearsome. Frightened, Benandana fled back to Scotland, tearing up the Causeway as he went. The remnants the legend claims are what we see today. This blending of natural wonder and folklore is a recurring theme in human history. The Giant's Causeway isn't just a geological marvel. It's a place where science and story intersect, where the Earth's raw beauty sparks the imagination. For centuries, people have looked at these towering columns and seen more than just rocks. They've seen the fingerprints of giants, the handiwork of gods, or the echoes of ancient battles. These stories, whether rooted in fact or fantasy, reveal something profound about our relationship with the natural world. They remind us that even the most extraordinary phenomena can inspire awe, wonder, and a deep desire to make sense of the unknown. Today, the Giant's Causeway is not only an UNESCO World Heritage Site, but also a living reminder of how nature shapes both the land and the human spirit. As visitors walk among the columns, tracing the edges of these ancient stones, they're participating in a tradition that stretches back millennia, a tradition of marveling at the Earth's mysteries and finding meaning in its marvels. What's fascinating is how this interplay between nature and myth isn't unique to the Giant's Causeway. Across the globe, from the towering peaks of Mount Olympus to the sacred waters of the Ganges, natural wonders have inspired stories that define cultures and shape identities. These tales, whether they explain the origins of a landscape or celebrate its beauty, are a testament to humanity's enduring connection to the Earth. As we continue our journey through time, the Giant's Causeway invites us to consider how the natural world has always been a canvas for human imagination. From the hexagonal columns of Northern Ireland to the sprawling lines of the Nazca Desert, these wonders challenge us to look beyond the surface and ask, what stories do they hold and what truths do they reveal about the world and ourselves? High in the mist-shrouded peaks of the Andes Mountains, Machu Picchu emerges like a dream carved in stone. This ancient Incan city, often called the Lost City of the Incas, is a masterpiece of engineering and artistry perched precariously on a ridge between two towering peaks. Built in the 15th century, Machu Picchu was hidden from the outside world for centuries, swallowed by the dense jungle until its rediscovery in 1911 by explorer Hiram Bingham. Today, it stands as one of the most iconic and enigmatic archaeological sites in the world, a testament to the ingenuity and vision of the Inca civilization. What makes Machu Picchu so extraordinary is its seamless integration with the natural landscape. The city's architects didn't just build on the mountain, they worked with it, crafting terraces that cling to steep slopes, preventing erosion while providing space for agriculture. These terraces, supported by intricate stone retaining walls, are a marvel of ancient engineering designed to withstand earthquakes and the test of time. The precision of the stonework is breathtaking. Massive blocks were cut and fitted together so tightly that not even a blade of grass can slip between them. This technique, known as ashlar masonry, required not only skill but also a deep understanding of the materials and the forces of nature. At the heart of Machu Picchu lies the Temple of the Sun, a sacred structure aligned with the summer solstice. During this celestial event, sunlight streams through a precisely placed window, illuminating the temple's interior in a dazzling display of light and shadow. This alignment suggests that the Inca not only revered the sun as a deity but also possessed advanced astronomical knowledge. Nearby, the Intihuatana stone, often referred to as the hitching post of the sun, is believed to have been used for ritual purposes, possibly to mark the changing seasons or connect with celestial forces. The purpose of Machu Picchu remains a subject of debate. Some scholars argue it was a royal estate for the Inca Emperor Pachacuti, a retreat where he could escape the pressures of ruling an empire. Others suggest it was a spiritual sanctuary, a place of pilgrimage and worship where the Inca communed with their gods. The city's isolation and the presence of sacred structures lend weight to this theory, but the truth may be even more complex. Could it have served multiple purposes: a royal residence, a religious center, and a hub of agricultural innovation? The answer, like the city itself, is shrouded in mystery. Equally puzzling is the question of why Machu Picchu was abandoned. Unlike many other Inca sites, it was never discovered or destroyed by Spanish conquistadors. Instead, it seems to have been quietly left behind, its people disappearing into the mists of history. Some believe disease or drought forced the inhabitants to flee, while others speculate that the city's purpose simply faded with the decline of the Inca Empire. Whatever the reason, Machu Picchu's abandonment adds another layer of intrigue to its story, a reminder of how even the grandest civilizations can vanish, leaving behind only whispers of their existence. Machu Picchu's rediscovery in the early 20th century sparked a wave of fascination that continues to this day. Yet, as we marvel at its beauty and sophistication, we're also reminded of the fragility of human achievement. The city's preservation is a delicate balance, threatened by the very forces that have kept it hidden for so long: erosion, weather, and the impact of modern tourism. Efforts to protect this ancient wonder are ongoing, ensuring that future generations can experience its magic and mystery. Machu Picchu is more than just a relic of the past, it's a bridge between worlds. It connects us to the ingenuity and spirituality of the Inca, inviting us to ponder the timeless questions that have shaped human history. What drove them to build so high in the mountains? What stories do these stones hold? And what can we learn from their ability to harmonize with the natural world? As we leave the misty heights of Machu Picchu, let's turn our attention to other ancient cities that have been lost to time. From the crumbling ruins of Petra to the submerged streets of Atlantis, each holds its own secrets waiting to be uncovered. What caused these cities to fall, and what can their stories teach us about resilience, creativity, and the enduring human spirit? The answers, like the stones of Machu Picchu, are waiting to be discovered. Deep within the rugged desert canyons of southern Jordan lies Petra, a city that seems to rise from the very rock itself. Known as the Rose City for the pink-hued sandstone cliffs that form its walls, Petra is a breathtaking fusion of human ingenuity and natural beauty. Carved directly into the rock over 2,000 years ago by the Nabateans, an ancient Arab civilization, this city was once a thriving hub of trade and culture, connecting the east and west along the famed Silk Road. But Petra is more than just a testament to ancient craftsmanship. It's a story of survival, innovation, and mystery that continues to captivate the world. One of Petra's most iconic landmarks is the Treasury, or Al-Kosneh, a towering facade intricately carved into the cliffside. Approaching it through the narrow, winding Sik, a natural gorge that serves as the city's entrance, visitors are greeted by the sight of this majestic structure, its columns and statues glowing in the sunlight. But the treasury is just the beginning. Petra is a sprawling city of tombs, temples, and dwellings, each one a masterpiece of rock-cut architecture. The Nabateans didn't just build Petra, they sculpted it, turning the cliffs themselves into a canvas for their creativity. What's equally remarkable is how the Nabateans mastered the harsh desert environment. Petra's location in the arid Jordanian desert posed significant challenges, but the Nabateans developed an advanced water management system that allowed the city to flourish. They carved channels and cisterns into the rock to capture and store rainwater, creating a network that supplied the city with water year-round. Some of these systems were so sophisticated that they included pressure pipes, a technology far ahead of its time. This ingenuity not only sustained Petra's population, but also supported its role as a bustling trading hub, where caravans laden with spices, silk, and incense would rest and resupply. Yet, despite its prosperity, Petra's decline remains shrouded in mystery. By the 7th century, the city had been largely abandoned, its once bustling streets silent. Some historians point to shifts in trade routes which bypassed Petra as a key factor in its decline. Others suggest natural disasters such as earthquakes may have played a role. Whatever the cause, Petra's abandonment allowed it to fade into obscurity, hidden from the world until its rediscovery in the early 19th century. Today, Petra faces new challenges. The delicate sandstone structures are vulnerable to erosion, weathering, and the impact of tourism. Efforts to preserve this ancient wonder are ongoing, with experts using modern technology to monitor and protect the site. But the question remains, how can we balance accessibility for visitors with the need to safeguard Petra's fragile beauty for future generations? Petra's story is a powerful reminder of humanity's ability to shape and adapt to the natural world. Like Machu Picchu and the Giant's Causeway, it reflects a deep connection between human creativity and the environment. The Nabateans didn't just build a city, they harmonized with their surroundings, creating a place that feels as much a part of the landscape as the cliffs themselves. As we marvel at Petra's grandeur, it's impossible not to wonder, what other secrets lie hidden in the deserts, mountains, and forests of the world? What stories of resilience, innovation, and artistry are waiting to be uncovered? From the towering ziggurats of Mesopotamia to the intricate cave cities of Cappadocia, each ancient wonder invites us to explore the ways in which our ancestors transformed the natural world into something extraordinary. Now, let's turn our gaze to another marvel, one that challenges our understanding of ancient engineering and the limits of human ambition. What happens when a civilization builds not just with stone, but with water itself? The answer lies in the floating gardens of Tenochtitlan, a city that defied its environment to become a marvel of the ancient world. Rising from the remote shores of Easter Island, the Moai stand as silent sentinels of a lost civilization. These towering stone statues, some reaching heights of over 30 feet and weighing up to 80 tons, are more than just sculptures. They are a testament to the ingenuity, spirituality, and resilience of the Rapa Nui people. Carved from volcanic tuff quarried from the island's Rono Roroku crater, each Moai is a unique masterpiece bearing the features of ancestors or chiefs, their gaze fixed eternally on the land they once protected. But how did a small, isolated community create and transport these colossal figures across the island without the aid of modern machinery? And what led to the decline of a civilization capable of such extraordinary feats? The process of creating the Moai was as remarkable as the statues themselves. Using basalt tools, the Rapa Nui craftsmen meticulously carved each figure directly from the volcanic rock, shaping the stone with astonishing precision. Once completed, the statues were transported to their final locations, often miles away, where they were erected on ceremonial platforms called ahu. The method of transportation remains one of the greatest mysteries of Easter Island. Some researchers suggest the statues were walked into place, rocked back and forth on ropes, while others propose the use of wooden sledges or rollers. Regardless of the technique, the effort required to move these massive stones speaks to the determination and resourcefulness of the Rapa Nui people. Yet, the Moai are more than just engineering marvels. They are deeply tied to the spiritual and cultural identity of the island's inhabitants. Many believe the statues were created to honor ancestors, serving as a bridge between the living and the dead. The ahu platforms, often positioned near the coast, may have symbolized a protective barrier, with the Moai watching over the island's communities. but as the population grew and resources dwindled, the construction of these statues may have contributed to the island's ecological collapse. Deforestation, soil depletion, and overexploitation of resources left the Rapa Nui vulnerable, leading to social unrest and a dramatic decline in their population. The story of Easter Island is often seen as a cautionary tale about the consequences of environmental mismanagement, yet it's also a story of adaptation and survival. Despite the challenges they faced, the Rapa Nui people found ways to endure, shifting their focus from statue building to other forms of cultural expression. Today, the Moai stand not only as reminders of a bygone era, but also as symbols of the enduring human spirit. Preserving these ancient figures is a challenge that continues to this day. The soft volcanic tuff is vulnerable to erosion, and the statues face threats from weather, tourism, and even climate change. Efforts to protect the Moai include stabilizing the Ahu platforms, using 3D scanning to document their condition, and limiting visitor access to sensitive areas. These measures aim to ensure that the Moai remain a source of inspiration and wonder for generations to come. The Moai of Easter Island invite us to reflect on the ways in which ancient cultures left their mark on the world. From the towering statues of Easter Island to the intricate carvings of Petra, these creations remind us of the power of human creativity and the importance of preserving our shared heritage. As we continue our journey through time, let's ask ourselves, what other legacies have ancient civilizations left behind, and what can they teach us about resilience, innovation, and the enduring quest to connect with something greater than ourselves? Now, let's turn our attention to another ancient wonder, one that challenges our understanding of the past and the limits of human ambition. How did a civilization build not just with stone, but with water itself? The answer lies in the floating gardens of Tenochtitlan, a city that defied its environment to become a marvel of the ancient world. Among the 7 wonders of the ancient world, few are as shrouded in mystery and debate as the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Described in ancient texts as a lush, terraced paradise filled with vibrant plants and flowing water, the gardens were said to be a marvel of engineering and beauty. But here's the twist: despite their fame, there's no definitive archaeological evidence that they ever existed. Were the Hanging Gardens a real masterpiece of human ingenuity, or are they simply a legend, a product of ancient imagination? The earliest accounts of the Hanging Gardens come from Greek and Roman writers who painted a vivid picture of this verdant oasis. According to these texts, the gardens were built by King Nebuchadnezzar II in the 6th century CE as a gift for his wife, who longed for the green landscapes of her homeland. The gardens were said to rise in tiers like a stepped pyramid, with trees and flowers cascading down the levels. What made them truly extraordinary was the advanced irrigation system that supposedly brought water from the Euphrates River to the highest terraces, defying the arid climate of Babylon. Yet, despite these captivating descriptions, modern archaeologists have struggled to find any physical evidence of the gardens in Babylon itself. Some researchers have proposed that the stories might have been confused with another location entirely: Nineveh, the capital of the Assyrian Empire. In Nineveh, archaeologists have uncovered evidence of elaborate gardens and advanced water systems built by King Sennacherib, who ruled several decades before Nebuchadnezzar. Could the Hanging Gardens of Babylon actually be the gardens of Nineveh, misattributed over centuries of retelling? The debate over the garden's existence and location raises fascinating questions about how we interpret ancient texts and archaeology. It's possible that the Hanging Gardens were real but have been lost to time, their remains buried under centuries of sediment or destroyed by natural disasters. Alternatively, they may have been an idealized vision, a blend of real gardens and mythical embellishment, reflecting the ancient world's awe for nature and human achievement. What's undeniable is the enduring allure of the Hanging Gardens as a symbol of humanity's ability to transform the natural world. Whether they were in Babylon, Nineveh, or existed only in the minds of storytellers, the idea of a terraced garden rising above the desert speaks to a universal human desire to create beauty, to defy limitations, and to merge the natural with the man-made. This blending of nature and ingenuity is a theme that runs through many ancient wonders, from the terraced fields of Machu Picchu to the water channels of Petra. As we ponder the mystery of the Hanging Gardens, we're reminded that ancient wonders aren't just about the physical structures they leave behind. They're also about the stories we tell, the dreams we share, and the ways in which we seek to understand our place in the world. Whether real or imagined, the Hanging Gardens continue to inspire us, challenging us to look beyond the surface and explore the deeper meanings behind these ancient marvels. From the lush terraces of Babylon or perhaps Nineveh, we now turn to another wonder that exemplifies humanity's ability to shape the natural world. What happens when a civilization builds not just with stone or earth, but with water itself? The answer lies in the floating gardens of Tenochtitlan, a city that defied its environment to become a marvel of the ancient world. Imagine standing at the edge of the harbor on the island of Rhodes, gazing up at a towering bronze figure that seemed to touch the sky. This was the Colossus of Rhodes, one of the most awe-inspiring feats of the ancient world. Built in the 3rd century B.C.E., this massive statue was a testament to human ambition and artistry, standing over 100 feet tall, roughly the height of the Statue of Liberty. But what drove the people of Rhodes to create such a monumental figure, and what secrets lie buried beneath its legacy? The Colossus was erected to celebrate the city's victory over an invading army led by Demetrius I of Macedon. After a year-long siege, the Rhodians used the abandoned siege weapons and bronze from their enemies to craft a tribute to their patron god, Helios, the sun god. For 12 years, skilled craftsmen worked tirelessly, shaping the bronze into a towering figure that would come to symbolize not just victory, but the resilience and ingenuity of the people of Rhodes. What made the Colossus truly remarkable was its construction. Unlike stone statues which were carved from a single block, the Colossus was built using a framework of iron and stone with bronze plates attached to the exterior. This innovative technique allowed the statue to be hollow, reducing its weight while maintaining its colossal size. The result was a shimmering figure that gleamed in the sunlight, visible to ships approaching the harbor from miles away. Yet the Colossus's reign was tragically short-lived. Just 56 years after its completion, a devastating earthquake struck Rhodes, toppling the statue at the knees. The ruins lay where they fell for centuries, becoming a site of pilgrimage and wonder. Ancient writers described the fallen Colossus as a marvel in its own right, with visitors crawling through the hollow interior to glimpse the engineering that had made it possible. Eventually, the bronze was sold off, and the exact location of the statue's base was lost to history. The mystery of where the Colossus stood adds another layer of intrigue to its story. While popular imagination often places it straddling the harbor entrance, recent research suggests it may have stood on a hill overlooking the water, its presence still commanding the landscape. This debate reflects the enduring fascination with the Colossus, a symbol of both human achievement and the fragility of even the grandest creations. Beyond its physical form, the Colossus of Rhodes held deep cultural significance. In ancient Greek culture, statues like the Colossus were more than just art, they were expressions of power, devotion, and identity. The Colossus, with its towering presence, embodied the strength of Rhodes and its people, a reminder of their triumph over adversity. Even in its destruction, it became a symbol of resilience, inspiring generations to dream big and reach for the impossible. As we reflect on the Colossus, it's impossible not to wonder, How did other ancient wonders embody the ideals of their creators? From the towering pyramids of Egypt to the intricate temples of Greece, these marvels were more than just feats of engineering. They were statements of power, faith, and the human spirit. What can we learn from their stories, and how do they continue to shape our understanding of the past? From the sunlit shores of Rhodes, our journey now takes us to another wonder that defied the limits of its time. What happens when a civilization builds not just with bronze or stone, but with water itself? The answer lies in the floating gardens of Tenochtitlan, a city that turned its environment into a masterpiece of ancient innovation. Rising from the shores of the Mediterranean, the Lighthouse of Alexandria stood as a beacon of human achievement and a guiding light for ancient mariners. Known as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, this towering structure was more than just a lighthouse. It was a symbol of Alexandria's power, ingenuity, and connection to the wider world. Built on the small island of Pharos around 280 BCE, the lighthouse was commissioned by Ptolemy I and completed during the reign of his son, Ptolemy II. At an estimated height of over 300 feet, it was one of the tallest man-made structures of its time, rivaling even the Great Pyramid of Giza. The construction of the lighthouse was a marvel of ancient engineering. Its base was a massive square platform, followed by an octagonal middle section, and finally a cylindrical top crowned with a statue, possibly of Poseidon, the god of the sea. At its peak, a giant mirror reflected sunlight during the day, while a fire burned brightly at night, visible to ships up to 35 miles away. This ingenious combination of fire and mirrors not only guided sailors safely into the harbor, but also served as a testament to the advanced knowledge of optics and architecture possessed by the ancient Greeks. But the lighthouse was more than just a navigational tool. It was a statement of Alexandria's dominance as a cultural and economic hub. Situated at the crossroads of the Mediterranean and the Nile, the city thrived as a center of trade, learning, and innovation. The lighthouse, with its towering presence, became a symbol of the city's prosperity and its role as a gateway between civilizations. For centuries, it stood as a welcoming sight for merchants, scholars, and travelers from across the known world. Yet, like all great wonders, the Lighthouse of Alexandria was not destined to last forever. Over the centuries, it faced the relentless forces of nature and time. Earthquakes in the 13th and 14th centuries caused significant damage, and by the 15th century, the once mighty structure had crumbled into ruins. Today, fragments of the lighthouse are believed to lie beneath the waters of the Mediterranean, a silent reminder of its former glory. The legacy of the Lighthouse of Alexandria extends far beyond its physical remains. It set a precedent for lighthouses around the world, inspiring designs that continue to guide ships to safety. Its dual purpose, practical and symbolic, reflects a recurring theme in ancient wonders: the ability to serve both functional and aspirational roles. From the Great Pyramid's alignment with the stars to Stonehenge's celestial connections, these structures were more than just feats of engineering. They were expressions of humanity's desire to reach beyond the ordinary. What's fascinating is how the lighthouse's influence endures in modern architecture and technology. The principles of its design can be seen in today's skyscrapers and navigational aids, proving that the ideas of the ancient world continue to shape our present. As we reflect on the Lighthouse of Alexandria, we're reminded of the enduring power of human innovation and the ways in which ancient wonders continue to light the way for future generations. This blend of practicality and symbolism is a thread that runs through many of the world's ancient marvels. From the towering heights of Alexandria to the intricate waterways of Petra, these structures were not just built to serve a purpose. They were designed to inspire, to connect, and to endure. As we turn our attention to the next chapter in this journey, let's explore how another ancient wonder harnessed the power of water to create a city unlike any other. a city that floated on the very element it sought to control. On the fertile plains of ancient Ephesus, in what is now modern-day Turkey, stood a temple so magnificent it was hailed as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The Temple of Artemis, dedicated to the Greek goddess of the hunt, wilderness, and childbirth, was more than just a place of worship. It was a marvel of architecture, a hub of commerce, and a symbol of cultural unity. Built and rebuilt multiple times over the centuries, this grand structure embodied the resilience and ambition of the people who created it, even as it faced repeated destruction. At its peak, the Temple of Artemis was a sight to behold. Towering marble columns, some reaching over 60 feet in height, formed a forest of stone that seemed to defy gravity. The temple's interior was adorned with intricate carvings, statues, and priceless artworks, including a breathtaking statue of Artemis herself, crafted from gold, ebony, and silver. Pilgrims and traders from across the ancient world flocked to Ephesus to marvel at its splendor, making the temple not only a spiritual sanctuary but also a bustling center of trade and cultural exchange. Yet the temple's history is marked by as much tragedy as triumph. The first iteration of the temple was destroyed by a flood in the 7th century BCE, only to be rebuilt on an even grander scale. This second temple, completed around 550 BCE, stood for centuries as a testament to human perseverance until it was set ablaze in 356 BCE by a man named Herostratus who sought fame through infamy. According to legend, the temple burned on the very night Alexander the Great was born, leading some to suggest that the goddess Artemis was too preoccupied with the birth of a future conqueror to save her own temple. The temple's destruction did not mark the end of its story. Once again, the people of Ephesus rallied to rebuild it, creating a third version that was even more elaborate than its predecessors. This final temple stood for centuries, serving as a beacon of faith and a testament to the enduring power of human determination. But over time, as the influence of paganism waned and the region faced invasions and natural disasters, the temple fell into ruin. Today, only a single column remains, a haunting reminder of its former glory. The Temple of Artemis was more than just a building. It was a reflection of the values and beliefs of the ancient world. As a center of worship, it honored a goddess who symbolized both the wildness of nature and the protective strength of the divine. As a hub of commerce, it connected distant cultures, fostering exchange and mutual understanding. And as a work of art, it inspired awe and reverence, reminding all who visited of humanity's capacity to create beauty in the face of adversity. What's fascinating is how the temple's story mirrors the broader history of ancient temples. From the Parthenon in Athens to the Temple of Karnak in Egypt, these structures were not just places of worship, they were expressions of identity, power, and connection to the divine. Each temple tells a story about the people who built it, the gods they revered, and the world they sought to shape. As we reflect on the Temple of Artemis and its legacy, let's consider how other ancient temples reflected the beliefs and values of their cultures. What drove people to build such monumental structures, and what can they teach us about the human desire to connect with something greater than ourselves? From the sacred groves of the Celts to the towering ziggurats of Mesopotamia, each temple invites us to explore the ways in which architecture, faith, and culture intertwine. Now, let's turn our gaze to another ancient marvel, one that stands as a testament to the blending of spiritual devotion and architectural genius. How did a civilization create a temple so massive it seemed to touch the heavens? The answer lies in the towering spires of Angkor Wat, a masterpiece of ancient engineering and a symbol of humanity's eternal quest for the divine. Nestled within the sacred grounds of Olympia, the statue of Zeus stood as a breathtaking testament to the artistry and devotion of the ancient world. Crafted by the renowned sculptor Phidias around 435 B.C.E., this colossal figure of the king of the gods was more than just a statue. It was a symbol of divine power, human ambition, and the unifying spirit of the Olympic Games. Towering over 40 feet tall, the statue depicted Zeus seated on a throne, his figure adorned with ivory and gold, radiating an aura of majesty and authority that left all who saw it in awe. The creation of the statue of Zeus was a feat of unparalleled craftsmanship. Phidias, already famous for his work on the Parthenon in Athens, brought his unparalleled skill to Olympia, using ivory to represent the god's flesh and gold for his robes and accessories. The throne itself was a masterpiece, intricately carved with scenes from Greek mythology, including the labors of Heracles and the battles of the gods. At Zeus's feet rested a pool of olive oil, not only to preserve the ivory but also to reflect light, creating an ethereal glow that enhanced the statue's divine presence. Beyond its physical grandeur, the statue held deep symbolic significance. For the ancient Greeks, Zeus was not just a god, he was the ruler of the cosmos, the enforcer of justice, and the protector of the Olympic truce. The statue's placement in the Temple of Zeus at Olympia, the site of the ancient Olympic Games, underscored this connection. Every 4 years, athletes and spectators from across the Greek world gathered here, not only to compete but also to honor Zeus and seek his favor. The statue served as a reminder of the game's sacred origins, a bridge between the mortal and the divine. Yet, like many ancient wonders, the fate of the statue of Zeus is shrouded in mystery. Historical accounts suggest it was still standing in the 4th century CE, but by the 5th century it had vanished. Some believe it was destroyed in a fire, while others speculate it was dismantled and its precious materials looted. Whatever its fate, the statue's disappearance has only added to its legend, leaving us to wonder what it must have been like to stand in its presence and feel the weight of its divine aura. The influence of the statue of Zeus extended far beyond Olympia. It set a standard for monumental sculpture, inspiring artists and architects for centuries. Its depiction of Zeus as both powerful and serene became a model for how gods and rulers were portrayed in art, shaping the visual language of the ancient world. Even today, its legacy endures in the way we think about the intersection of art, religion, and human achievement. What's striking about the statue of Zeus is how it embodied the ancient world's understanding of divine power. It wasn't just a representation of a god, it was a physical manifestation of the ideals and aspirations of a civilization. In its grandeur, we see the desire to connect with something greater, to create beauty that transcends time, and to honor the forces that shape our world. As we reflect on the statue of Zeus, we're reminded of how ancient wonders often served as both spiritual and cultural touchstones. From the towering pyramids of Egypt to the intricate temples of Greece, these marvels were more than just feats of engineering. They were expressions of faith, identity, and the human spirit. What other wonders, now lost to time, might have held similar significance, and what can their stories teach us about the enduring power of art and belief? From the gleaming halls of Olympia, our journey now takes us to another ancient marvel, one that challenges our understanding of the divine and the earthly. How did a civilization craft a monument so immense it seemed to bridge the heavens and the earth? The answer lies in the towering spires of Angkor Wat, a masterpiece of ancient engineering and a symbol of humanity's eternal quest for the sacred. Perched on the rugged hills overlooking the Aegean Sea, the mausoleum at Halicarnassus was a monument so grand that its name became synonymous with all monumental tombs. Built in the 4th century BCE for Mausolus, a Persian satrap who ruled the region of Caria, this towering structure was more than just a tomb. It was a statement of power, artistry, and immortality. Rising over 130 feet into the sky, adorned with intricate sculptures and friezes, the mausoleum was a masterpiece of ancient architecture, blending Greek, Egyptian, and Near Eastern influences into a singular vision of opulence. What set the mausoleum apart was not just its size but its sheer artistry. The structure was designed by some of the greatest minds of the ancient world, including the architects Satyros and Pytheas, and adorned with sculptures by renowned artists like Scopas and Liaches. Its base was a rectangular podium crowned by a colonnade of 36 Ionic columns, each intricately carved. Atop this rose a stepped pyramid, crowned by a massive statue of a chariot pulled by 4 horses. Every inch of the mausoleum was a canvas depicting scenes from Greek mythology and the life of Mausolus himself, immortalizing his legacy in stone. But the mausoleum was more than just a tribute to one man. It was a reflection of the cultural melting pot that defined Halicarnassus. Mausolus, though a Persian ruler, embraced Greek culture, and the tomb's design reflected this fusion. The use of Greek architectural elements such as the Ionic columns alongside Egyptian-inspired pyramid structures created a unique hybrid style that would influence monumental architecture for centuries. It was a testament to the interconnectedness of the ancient world, where ideas and artistry flowed freely across borders. The mausoleum's destruction is a story of both tragedy and resilience. Standing for nearly 17 centuries, it was eventually toppled by a series of earthquakes in the medieval period. By the 15th century, the once magnificent structure had been reduced to ruins, its stones repurposed by the Knights of St. John to fortify their castle. Yet, even in its ruin, the mausoleum left an indelible mark. Its name became the word for all grand tombs, and its design inspired countless imitations from the Roman mausoleums to the grand sepulchres of the Renaissance. What's fascinating about the mausoleum is how it encapsulated the ancient world's views on death and legacy. For Mausolus, it was not enough to be remembered as a ruler. He wanted to be immortalized as a cultural icon. The tomb's grandeur reflected his ambition, but it also spoke to a broader human desire to transcend mortality, to leave behind something that would endure long after life had ended. In this sense, the mausoleum was not just a resting place, it was a bridge between the earthly and the eternal. As we ponder the legacy of the mausoleum at Halicarnassus, it's impossible not to wonder, how did other ancient tombs reflect their creators' beliefs about the afterlife? From the pyramids of Egypt to the terracotta warriors of China, each tomb tells a story about how cultures grappled with the mysteries of death and the desire for immortality. What can these ancient resting places teach us about the values and aspirations of the people who built them? Now, let's turn our attention to another ancient marvel, one that challenges our understanding of the afterlife and the lengths to which civilizations went to honor their dead. How did a culture create a tomb so vast it became a city of the dead? The answer lies in the sprawling necropolis of the Valley of the Kings, where the pharaohs of Egypt sought eternal life amidst the sands of the desert. Deep beneath the earth in China's Shaanxi province lies an army unlike any other, a silent legion of thousands standing in perfect formation, ready to defend their emperor for eternity. This is the Terracotta Army, one of the most astonishing archaeological discoveries of the 20th century. Unearthed in 1974 by farmers digging a well, these life-sized clay soldiers were crafted over 2,000 years ago to accompany China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang, into the afterlife. But the Terracotta Army is more than just a collection of statues. It's a window into the ambitions, fears, and ingenuity of an ancient civilization. What makes this discovery so extraordinary is its sheer scale and detail. Over 8,000 soldiers, each with unique facial features, hairstyles, and expressions, stand alongside hundreds of horses and chariots. The level of craftsmanship is staggering. No two figures are exactly alike, suggesting that each one was modeled after a real individual. Some soldiers wear armor, while others are dressed in robes, their poses varying from archers to infantrymen. This attention to detail wasn't just about realism. It reflected the emperor's vision of an eternal army, one that would protect him in the afterlife just as his real army had protected him in life. The purpose of the terracotta army is as fascinating as its creation. Qin Shi Huang, who unified China and established the Qin dynasty, was obsessed with immortality. He spent much of his life searching for ways to cheat death, even sending expeditions to find the mythical elixir of life. When these efforts failed, he turned to the next best thing, preparing for the afterlife. The terracotta army was part of an elaborate necropolis, a city of the dead that included palaces, treasures, and even rivers of mercury, symbolizing the empire he would rule in eternity. This wasn't just a tomb, it was a reflection of his power and his belief that his reign would continue beyond death. The mystery of how the terracotta army was created adds another layer of intrigue. The soldiers were made using an assembly line process, with different workshops crafting specific parts, heads, torsos, arms, and legs, that were then assembled and painted. The figures were originally brightly colored, though much of the paint has faded over time. What's remarkable is the precision and organization required for such a massive project, especially in an era without modern tools or machinery. It speaks to the emperor's ability to mobilize vast resources and the skill of the artisans who brought his vision to life. But the terracotta army is more than just a testament to ancient craftsmanship. It's a symbol of humanity's enduring desire to protect and preserve what we hold dear. These clay soldiers weren't just guardians of an emperor, they were guardians of a legacy, a reminder of the lengths to which civilizations will go to ensure their memory endures. In this sense, the terracotta army joins a long tradition of ancient wonders that serve as eternal protectors, from the pyramids of Egypt to the tombs of the Valley of the Kings. As we marvel at the terracotta army, we're reminded of how these ancient creations connect us to the past. They challenge us to consider what we leave behind and how we honor those who came before us. What other secrets lie buried beneath the earth, waiting to tell their stories? And what can we learn from the ways ancient cultures sought to preserve their legacies? From the silent ranks of the terracotta army, our journey now takes us to another ancient wonder, one that stands as a testament to the blending of art, faith, and the eternal. How did a civilization create a temple so vast it seemed to bridge the heavens and the earth? The answer lies in the towering spires of Angkor Wat, a masterpiece of ancient engineering and a symbol of humanity's eternal quest for the divine. Rising from the dense jungles of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, Chichen Itza stands as a testament to the brilliance and ambition of the ancient Maya. At the heart of this sprawling city lies the Pyramid of Kukulkan, a structure so precisely engineered that it seems to defy both time and logic. Known as El Castillo, or the Castle, this pyramid is more than just an architectural marvel. It's a celestial calendar, a sacred temple, and a symbol of the Maya's profound connection to the cosmos. What makes the Pyramid of Kukulkan truly extraordinary is its alignment with the equinoxes. Twice a year, during the spring and autumn equinoxes, the setting sun casts a shadow along the pyramid's northern staircase that resembles a serpent slithering down the steps. This illusion, representing Kukulkan, the feathered serpent god, is no accident. The Maya, renowned for their astronomical precision, designed the pyramid to reflect their understanding of the heavens, blending science and spirituality in a way that continues to awe visitors today. But the pyramid's mysteries don't end with its celestial alignments. Its acoustics are equally baffling. A clap at the base of the pyramid creates an echo that mimics the sound of the Quetzal bird, a sacred creature in Maya mythology. Some researchers suggest this was intentional, designed to enhance the spiritual experience of rituals held at the site. Others believe the acoustics were a byproduct of the pyramid's precise construction. Whatever the explanation, the phenomenon adds another layer of intrigue to this already enigmatic structure. Chichen Itza wasn't just a spiritual hub, it was also a thriving center of politics, trade, and culture. At its peak, the city was home to tens of thousands of people, with a complex network of temples, ball courts, and residential areas. The Great Ball Court, the largest of its kind in Mesoamerica, stands as a testament to the city's importance. Here, players competed in a ritual game that was more than just sport. It was a symbolic reenactment of cosmic battles, with the fate of the players often tied to the favor of the gods. The city's role as a center of learning is equally significant. The Maya were master astronomers, and their observations of the stars and planets were remarkably accurate. The Caracol, an observatory within Chichen Itza, is evidence of their sophisticated understanding of celestial movements. Its spiral staircase and strategically placed windows allowed priests to track the paths of Venus, the Sun, and other celestial bodies, using this knowledge to guide agricultural cycles and religious ceremonies. Yet, despite its grandeur, Chichen Itza's decline remains shrouded in mystery. By the 13th century, the city had been largely abandoned, its people dispersed, and its monuments left to the jungle. Some attribute this to environmental changes, others to political upheaval. Whatever the cause, the city's legacy endures, a reminder of the Maya's ingenuity and their ability to harmonize the earthly and the divine. As we marvel at the achievements of Chichen Itza, it's impossible not to wonder, how did other ancient civilizations weave science and spirituality into their cities? From the towering ziggurats of Mesopotamia to the intricate temples of India, each culture found its own way to bridge the gap between the material and the mystical. What can these ancient cities teach us about the enduring human quest to understand the universe and our place within it? Now, let's turn our attention to another marvel of the ancient world, one that challenges our understanding of how civilizations integrated the sacred and the scientific. What happens when a city is built not just as a place of worship, but as a living testament to the harmony of the cosmos? The answer lies in the towering spires of Angkor Wat, a masterpiece of ancient engineering and a symbol of humanity's eternal quest for meaning. Emerging from the dense jungles of Cambodia, Angkor Wat rises like a dream carved in stone, its towering spires reaching toward the heavens. As the largest religious monument in the world, this sprawling temple complex is more than just an architectural marvel. It's a testament to the ingenuity, spirituality, and ambition of the ancient Khmer Empire. Built in the 12th century by King Suryavarman II, Angkor Wat was originally dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu, serving as both a place of worship and a symbol of the king's divine authority. But over time, it transformed into a Buddhist temple, reflecting the shifting spiritual landscape of the region. What sets Angkor Wat apart is its breathtaking scale and precision. The temple's central tower, surrounded by 4 smaller towers, forms a quincunx, a sacred geometric pattern that symbolizes the 5 peaks of Mount Meru, the mythical home of the gods in Hindu cosmology. The entire complex is enclosed by a massive moat, representing the cosmic ocean that surrounds the universe. Every inch of Angkor Wat is a masterpiece of design, from its intricate bas-reliefs depicting scenes from Hindu epics to its perfectly aligned corridors and courtyards. It's a place where art, architecture, and spirituality converge, creating a space that feels both earthly and otherworldly. The temple's alignment with the cosmos is another layer of its brilliance. Angkor Wat is oriented to the west, a rare choice for Hindu temples which typically face east. Some scholars believe this orientation was intentional, designed to align with the setting sun during the spring equinox. symbolizing the transition from life to death and the journey of the soul. Others suggest it reflects the temple's dual role as both a religious site and a mausoleum for the king. Whatever the reason, this celestial alignment underscores the Khmer Empire's deep connection to the heavens and their belief in the interconnectedness of the divine and the earthly. Yet for all its grandeur, Angkor Wat's decline remains a mystery. By the 15th century, the once thriving city of Angkor had been largely abandoned, its temples reclaimed by the jungle. Theories abound as to why this happened. Climate change, shifting trade routes, and political upheaval are all cited as potential factors. But what's remarkable is how Angkor Wat endured. Unlike many ancient sites, it was never completely forgotten. Local monks continued to use the temple, preserving its spiritual significance even as the empire that built it faded into history. Today, Angkor Wat stands as a symbol of resilience and renewal. Its towering spires, now an UNESCO World Heritage Site, draw millions of visitors each year, each one marveling at the ingenuity of the people who built it. But it's more than just a tourist destination. It's a living testament to the enduring power of human creativity and faith. As we walk through its corridors, we're reminded of the ways in which ancient civilizations sought to bridge the gap between the earthly and the divine, creating spaces that inspire awe and reverence across centuries. Angkor Wat also invites us to consider the broader role of temples in ancient societies. From the towering ziggurats of Mesopotamia to the sacred pyramids of Egypt, these structures were more than just places of worship. They were expressions of cultural identity, political power, and cosmic harmony. Each temple tells a story about the people who built it, the gods they revered, and the world they sought to shape. As we reflect on Angkor Wat's legacy, let's turn our gaze to another ancient wonder, one that challenges our understanding of how civilizations integrated the sacred and the scientific. What happens when a city is built not just as a place of worship, but as a living testament to the harmony of the cosmos? The answer lies in the intricate temples of Angkor Thom, where the Khmer Empire's vision of heaven on earth reached its zenith. Standing in the shadow of the Great Pyramid of Giza, the Great Sphinx watches over the desert with an air of silent authority. This colossal statue, carved from a single block of limestone, is one of the most iconic and enigmatic symbols of ancient Egypt. With the body of a lion and the head of a pharaoh, the Sphinx has long been a source of fascination and speculation. But what was its purpose? Was it a guardian of the pyramids, a symbol of royal power, or something even more profound? The Sphinx's sheer size is staggering, measuring over 200 feet long and 66 feet high. It is one of the largest monolithic statues in the world. Its face, often believed to represent Pharaoh Khafre, gazes eastward toward the rising sun, a symbol of rebirth and eternal vigilance. The lion's body, a traditional symbol of strength and royalty in ancient Egypt, further reinforces the idea that the Sphinx was meant to embody the power and authority of the pharaoh. But the Sphinx is more than just a symbol, it's a mystery. For centuries, scholars have debated its origins and purpose. Some believe it was built as a guardian, protecting the pyramids and the pharaoh's eternal resting place from harm. Others suggest it was a divine representation of the sun god Ra, blending human intelligence with animal strength to symbolize the pharaoh's connection to the gods. And then there's the question of the Sphinx's missing nose. While popular legend blames Napoleon's soldiers for its destruction, historical evidence suggests the damage occurred much earlier, possibly during the Islamic period. Whatever the cause, the missing nose has only added to the Sphinx's mystique, making it a symbol not just of power, but of the passage of time and the fragility of human achievement. Theories about the Sphinx's construction are equally intriguing. Carved directly from the bedrock of the Giza Plateau, the statue was likely created during the reign of Khafre around 2500 BC. CE, but how did the ancient Egyptians achieve such precision without modern tools? Some researchers propose that the Sphinx's face was originally that of a lion, later recarved to resemble a pharaoh. Others point to evidence of water erosion, suggesting the statue could be even older than previously thought, dating back to a time when the Sahara was a lush green landscape. These debates highlight the enduring mystery of the Sphinx, a monument that continues to challenge our understanding of ancient history. What's fascinating is how the Sphinx reflects the broader themes of ancient Egyptian culture. It embodies the duality of human and divine, the earthly and the eternal. As a symbol of royal power, it reinforced the pharaoh's role as a mediator between the gods and the people. As a guardian, it served as a reminder of the sacredness of the pyramids and the afterlife. And as a work of art, it stands as a testament to the creativity and ambition of a civilization that sought to leave an indelible mark on the world. The Sphinx's legacy extends far beyond Egypt. It has inspired countless imitations and interpretations, from the lion-headed statues of Mesopotamia to the mythical creatures of Greek and Roman mythology. But none have captured the imagination quite like the Great Sphinx of Giza, a monument that continues to guard its secrets as steadfastly as it guards the pyramids. As we contemplate the Sphinx's role as a symbol of authority and mystery, let's turn our attention to other ancient statues that conveyed similar messages. How did civilizations across the globe use sculpture to express power, divinity, and the human connection to the cosmos? From the towering statues of Easter Island to the intricate carvings of Angkor Wat, each tells a story about the people who created them and the worlds they sought to shape. High on the slopes of Mount Parnassus in ancient Greece, the Oracle of Delphi stood as a bridge between the mortal world and the divine. This sacred site, dedicated to the god Apollo, was more than just a temple. It was a place where kings, generals, and everyday people sought guidance from the Pythia, the priestess who served as the mouthpiece of the gods. Her prophecies, delivered in a trance-like state, shaped the course of empires, influenced wars, and guided the decisions of countless individuals. But how did this mystical practice begin, and what forces inspired such profound reverence for this place? The heart of Delphi's mystery lies in the Pythia herself. Seated on a tripod above a fissure in the earth, she would inhale vapors rising from the ground before entering a trance. In this altered state, she would utter cryptic messages believed to be the words of Apollo himself. These prophecies, though often ambiguous, were interpreted by priests and carried immense weight in the ancient world. Leaders from across Greece and beyond would travel great distances to seek her counsel, offering lavish gifts and sacrifices in hopes of securing her favor. But what caused the Pythia's trance? Modern research suggests that the geological features of Delphi may hold the key. Beneath the temple lies a fault line where natural gases, including ethylene, could have seeped from the earth. Ethylene, known to induce euphoria and altered states of consciousness, might explain the Pythia's trance-like behavior. This blend of spirituality and science adds a fascinating layer to the story of Delphi, showing how the ancient Greeks may have interpreted natural phenomena as divine intervention. Delphi's influence extended far beyond its spiritual role. It was a center of political power where city-states sought legitimacy for their actions through the oracle's prophecies. The site also hosted the Pythian Games, second only to the Olympics in prestige, drawing athletes, artists, and philosophers from across the Greek world. Here, competition and culture intertwined, creating a space where the physical and the divine coexisted. What's striking about Delphi is how it embodies the ancient world's quest to connect with the divine. Like the Great Pyramid's alignment with the stars or Stonehenge's celestial precision, Delphi was a place where humanity sought to understand the forces that shaped their lives. It wasn't just a temple, it was a portal, a place where the boundaries between the earthly and the eternal blurred. As we reflect on the Oracle of Delphi, we're reminded of how ancient wonders often served as conduits to something greater. Whether through prophecies, celestial alignments, or sacred rituals, these sites reveal a universal human desire to seek meaning beyond the visible world. And as we continue our journey through time, let's explore how other ancient cultures created their own bridges to the divine, each leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and mystify. Now, let's turn our gaze to another marvel, one that challenges our understanding of how civilizations connected with the sacred. What happens when a culture builds not just a temple, but an entire city as a testament to the divine? The answer lies in the sacred ruins of Teotihuacan, a place where the earthly and the celestial converge in breathtaking harmony. Along the sun-drenched shores of the Mediterranean, the Library of Alexandria once stood as a beacon of human knowledge, a place where the brightest minds of the ancient world gathered to explore the mysteries of the universe. Founded in the 3rd century BCE, under the patronage of the Ptolemaic dynasty, this legendary institution wasn't just a library, it was the intellectual heart of the ancient world, a treasure trove of scrolls, texts, and ideas that shaped civilizations for centuries. At its peak, the Library of Alexandria housed an estimated 500,000 scrolls, making it one of the largest repositories of knowledge ever assembled. Its collection spanned every field imaginable: astronomy, mathematics, medicine, philosophy, and literature, drawing scholars from across the known world. Thinkers like Euclid, the father of geometry, and Archimedes, the brilliant engineer, walked its halls, exchanging ideas and pushing the boundaries of human understanding. It was a place where the wisdom of the past met the innovations of the present, creating a fertile ground for discovery. But the library was more than just a collection of texts. It was a symbol of humanity's thirst for knowledge. The Ptolemies were relentless in their quest to gather every book in existence, even decreeing that ships docking in Alexandria's harbor must surrender their scrolls for copying. This ambitious effort transformed the library into a melting pot of cultures, where Greek, Egyptian, Persian, and Indian knowledge coexisted and intermingled. It wasn't just a library, it was a bridge between worlds, a place where the exchange of ideas transcended borders and languages. The destruction of the Library of Alexandria remains one of history's greatest tragedies and one of its most enduring mysteries. Over the centuries, the library suffered multiple blows, from accidental fires during Julius Caesar's siege of Alexandria to deliberate acts of destruction during periods of religious and political upheaval. By the 7th century CE, the library had vanished, its vast collection of scrolls lost to time. What happened to its treasures? Some were burned, others scattered, and many may still lie hidden, waiting to be rediscovered. The loss of the library represents not just the destruction of knowledge, but the fragility of human achievement in the face of conflict and change. Yet, the legacy of the Library of Alexandria endures. Its influence can be seen in the way it inspired future institutions of learning, from the House of Wisdom in Baghdad to the great universities of medieval Europe. It reminds us of the power of knowledge to unite, to inspire, and to transform. The library's story is also a cautionary tale, a reminder of how easily the fruits of human ingenuity can be lost and how vital it is to protect and preserve them. As we reflect on the Library of Alexandria, we're left with a profound question. How did other ancient institutions safeguard and transmit wisdom? From the monastic libraries of the Middle Ages to the oral traditions of indigenous cultures, each society found its own way to preserve the knowledge of the past for future generations. What can we learn from their efforts, and how can we ensure that the lessons of history are not forgotten? This journey through the ancient world invites us to consider the timeless importance of knowledge, not just as a tool for progress, but as a bridge that connects us to the past, to each other, and to the infinite possibilities of the future. And as we turn our attention to the next chapter in this exploration, let's ask ourselves, what other ways did ancient cultures share and safeguard their wisdom? The answer may lie in the sacred texts of the Silk Road, where the written word became a thread that wove together the tapestry of human history. Spanning thousands of miles across continents, the Silk Road was more than just a trade route. It was a lifeline that connected the ancient world. From the bustling markets of Xi'an to the vibrant bazaars of Samarkand, this vast network of pathways wove together the East and West, creating a tapestry of cultural exchange that shaped civilizations for centuries. But the Silk Road wasn't just about silk, spices, and gold. It was a conduit for ideas, religions, and technologies, a place where the wisdom of one culture could travel to the farthest corners of another. At its heart, the Silk Road was a story of connection. Merchants, monks, and explorers braved harsh deserts, towering mountain passes, and treacherous seas to bring their wares and wisdom to new land. The Taklamakan Desert, known as the Sea of Death, was one of the most daunting stretches. Its shifting sands and extreme temperatures tested even the most seasoned travelers, yet it was here that some of the most remarkable exchanges took place. Oasis towns like Dunhuang became cultural crossroads, where Buddhist art flourished and manuscripts from India, Persia, and China were preserved in hidden caves for over 1,000 years. But the Silk Road was more than just a journey through perilous landscapes. Along its path lay some of the most extraordinary man-made wonders of the ancient world. The Great Wall of China, stretching over 13,000 miles, wasn't just a barrier against invaders. It was also a symbol of China's ambition to protect and control its trade routes. Further west, the ancient city of Palmyra stood as a testament to the wealth and sophistication of the Silk Road's merchants, its grand colonnades and temples reflecting a blend of Roman, Persian, and local influences. Each of these marvels tells a story of human ingenuity, resilience, and the desire to connect across vast distances. What made the Silk Road truly transformative was its role as a bridge between cultures. Buddhism traveled from India to China, transforming art and spirituality along the way. The secrets of papermaking moved from China to the Islamic world, revolutionizing how knowledge was recorded and shared. Even the stars above became a shared language as astronomers from different civilizations exchanged observations and theories, mapping the heavens in ways that would influence science for centuries. The Silk Road reminds us that ancient wonders were not isolated achievements but part of a larger, interconnected world. From the towering spires of Angkor Wat to the bustling markets of Samarkand, these marvels were shaped by the flow of goods, ideas, and people across vast distances. They challenge us to see history not as a series of isolated events, but as a web of relationships and exchanges that continue to shape our world today. As we reflect on the Silk Road's legacy, let's consider how its spirit of connection endures. In a world where borders and barriers often divide us, the Silk Road stands as a reminder of what we can achieve when we come together, sharing not just goods, but the very best of what makes us human. Now, let's turn our gaze to another ancient marvel, one that embodies this spirit of unity and ambition, a wonder that transformed a continent and left an indelible mark on history. Beneath the waves of the Mediterranean, or perhaps somewhere in the vast Atlantic, lies one of the most enduring mysteries of all time, the lost city of Atlantis. First mentioned by the ancient Greek philosopher Plato over 2,000 years ago, Atlantis has captured the imagination of scholars, explorers, and dreamers for centuries. Was it a real place, a thriving metropolis of unmatched sophistication? or simply a cautionary tale crafted by Plato to illustrate the dangers of hubris and corruption? The answer remains as elusive as the city itself. Plato's account of Atlantis is both vivid and tantalizing. In his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, he describes a powerful island nation, larger than Asia and Libya combined, located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. Atlantis, according to Plato, was a utopia of advanced technology, magnificent architecture, and unparalleled wealth. But its people grew arrogant and greedy, provoking the wrath of the gods, who submerged the island in a single day and night of catastrophic earthquakes and floods. The question of whether Atlantis was real or fictional has sparked endless debate. Some researchers argue that Plato's story was purely allegorical, a moral lesson about the consequences of moral decay. Others, however, believe it may have been inspired by real events. One popular theory suggests that Atlantis could be linked to the Minoan civilization on the island of Crete. Around 1600 BCE, the eruption of the Thera volcano devastated the region, leading to the collapse of the Minoan culture. Could this disaster have been the seed for Plato's tale of a lost civilization? Another intriguing possibility is that Atlantis was located in the Atlantic Ocean, just as Plato described. Some point to the Azores, a group of volcanic islands off the coast of Portugal, as a potential site. Geological studies have shown that parts of the Azores were above water in ancient times, and some even speculate that remnants of a sunken city could lie beneath the waves. Yet, despite numerous expeditions and advanced technologies like sonar mapping, no definitive evidence has been found. The allure of Atlantis lies not just in its mystery, but in what it represents. For many, it symbolizes humanity's fascination with lost worlds and the possibility that advanced civilizations once thrived, only to vanish under the weight of their own ambition or natural disasters. It's a story that resonates deeply, tapping into our collective curiosity about the past and our fear of what might happen if we fail to learn from it. As we ponder the legend of Atlantis, it's worth asking, how many other ancient myths might hold kernels of truth? From the flood stories found in cultures around the world to the tales of golden cities hidden deep in the jungle, these narratives often reflect real events, exaggerated and transformed over time. Could they be echoes of forgotten histories waiting to be uncovered? The story of Atlantis reminds us that history is not always what it seems. Beneath the layers of myth and legend, there may lie fragments of truth waiting for the right moment to be revealed. And as we continue our journey through the ancient world, let's explore how other tales, whether they are grounded in fact or fiction, continue to shape our understanding of the past and inspire our quest for knowledge. Now let's turn our attention to another ancient mystery, one that challenges our understanding of time, technology, and the ingenuity of our ancestors. What happens when a civilization creates a monument so precise it seems to defy the limits of its era? The answer lies in the towering stones of Stonehenge, where the secrets of the past are etched into the very fabric of the landscape. Hidden beneath the waves for over 2,000 years, the Antikythera mechanism is a discovery that shatters our assumptions about the technological capabilities of the ancient world. Found in a shipwreck off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera in 1901, this intricate device has puzzled historians, scientists, and archaeologists ever since. At first glance, it appeared to be nothing more than a corroded lump of bronze and wood, but upon closer inspection, it revealed itself to be a marvel of ancient engineering, a clockwork machine of astonishing complexity far ahead of its time. Dating back to around 100 BCE, the Antikythera mechanism is often described as the world's first analog computer. Its purpose, to track the movements of celestial bodies with remarkable precision. Using a series of interlocking gears, the device could predict the positions of the sun, moon, and planets, as well as lunar and solar eclipses. It even accounted for the irregular orbit of the moon, a feat of mathematical and mechanical ingenuity that wouldn't be matched for over a millennium. The discovery of the Antikythera mechanism was a revelation. How could a civilization without electricity or modern tools create such a sophisticated device? The answer lies in the brilliance of ancient Greek science and craftsmanship. The mechanism's gears were precisely cut, and its dials inscribed with detailed instructions, suggesting it was used by astronomers or navigators to chart the heavens. Some researchers believe it may have also had a philosophical or educational purpose, demonstrating the harmony of the cosmos as understood by ancient thinkers. Yet the mechanism's true origin and purpose remain shrouded in mystery. Who built it and why? Was it a one-of-a-kind masterpiece or part of a larger tradition of advanced technology that has since been lost? The shipwreck where it was found contained other treasures, including statues and pottery, hinting that the mechanism was a prized possession, perhaps owned by a wealthy individual or even a royal court. What makes the Antikythera mechanism so significant is what it tells us about the ancient world's capacity for innovation. Far from being primitive, the Greeks had a deep understanding of astronomy, mathematics, and mechanics, and they applied this knowledge in ways that continue to astonish us. The device challenges the narrative that technological advancement is a linear progression, reminding us that brilliance can emerge in unexpected places and times. This ancient wonder also raises intriguing questions about what else might be waiting to be discovered. Could there be other devices like the Antikythera mechanism, hidden in the ruins of ancient cities or lost at the bottom of the sea? And what does its existence say about the potential for forgotten technologies that once shaped the course of history? The Antikythera mechanism is more than just a relic. It's a window into a world where science and art intertwined, where the pursuit of knowledge drove humanity to create tools that bridged the gap between the earthly and the celestial. As we marvel at its intricate gears and dials, we're reminded that the ancient world was far more sophisticated than we often give it credit for. This discovery invites us to reconsider other ancient wonders and the stories they tell. From the towering pyramids of Egypt to the celestial alignments of Stonehenge, these marvels hint at a level of ingenuity and ambition that continues to inspire and challenge us today. As we move forward, let's explore how another ancient civilization harnessed the power of nature and technology to create something truly extraordinary, a wonder that redefined what was possible in the ancient world. Nestled within the rugged cliffs near the Dead Sea, the Qumran Caves hold one of the most extraordinary archaeological discoveries of the 20th century, the Dead Sea Scrolls. These ancient manuscripts, hidden for over 2 millennia, were accidentally discovered by a Bedouin shepherd in 1947. What he stumbled upon was not just a collection of old texts, but a treasure trove of wisdom, history, and faith that would transform our understanding of ancient civilizations. The scrolls, written primarily in Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek, date back to a period between the 3rd century B.C.E. and the 1st century C.E. They include fragments of nearly every book of the Hebrew Bible, making them the oldest known copies of biblical texts. But the scrolls go beyond scripture. They also contain apocryphal writings, community rules, hymns, and even detailed accounts of daily life, offering a rare glimpse into the beliefs and practices of a Jewish sect that lived in isolation near the Dead Sea. The preservation of these scrolls is nothing short of miraculous. The dry, arid climate of the Qumran region, combined with the protective darkness of the caves, allowed the fragile parchment and papyrus to survive for centuries. Some scrolls were found intact, carefully rolled and stored in clay jars, while others were discovered as fragments, painstakingly pieced together by scholars over decades. The meticulous work of translating and interpreting these texts has revealed not only their content but also the profound dedication of the people who wrote and preserved them. One of the greatest mysteries surrounding the Dead Sea Scrolls is the identity of their authors. Most scholars believe they were created by the Essenes, a Jewish sect known for their strict ascetic lifestyle and devotion to religious purity. The scrolls reflect their intense focus on ritual, prophecy, and the anticipation of a messianic age. Yet, some theories suggest the scrolls may have been brought to the caves by other groups, perhaps as a way to protect sacred texts during times of upheaval. The true origins of the scrolls remain a subject of debate, adding another layer of intrigue to their story. The significance of the Dead Sea Scrolls extends far beyond their historical context. For scholars of religion, they provide invaluable insights into the development of Judaism and early Christianity, revealing how ancient texts were interpreted and adapted over time. For historians, they offer a window into the social and political dynamics of the region, shedding light on the tensions between different Jewish sects and the Roman Empire. And for anyone fascinated by the ancient world, the scrolls are a reminder of humanity's enduring quest for meaning and connection. What's remarkable is how these ancient texts continue to resonate today. They challenge us to reconsider what we know about the past, while also inspiring new questions about faith, identity, and the power of written words. The Dead Sea Scrolls are more than just relics. They are a testament to the timeless nature of human curiosity and the lengths we go to preserve our stories for future generations. As we reflect on the mysteries of the Dead Sea Scrolls, we're reminded that the ancient world is not as distant as it might seem. These texts, like the Great Pyramid, Stonehenge, and the Antikythera mechanism, are threads in a larger tapestry connecting us to the people who came before us. They remind us that history is not static, it's alive, constantly revealing new secrets and inviting us to explore the unknown. From the depths of the Qumran caves to the soaring heights of Machu Picchu, the ancient world continues to captivate us with its mysteries and marvels. Each discovery, each scroll, each stone whispers a story, one that challenges us to look beyond the surface and ask, what else is waiting to be uncovered? The journey through time is far from over, and as long as there are secrets to reveal, our curiosity will keep us moving forward. As our journey through time draws to a close, we stand at the crossroads of wonder and wisdom, reflecting on the ancient natural marvels that have captivated humanity for centuries. From the celestial precision of the Great Pyramid of Giza to the enigmatic whispers of the Nazca Lines, from the towering stones of Stonehenge to the floating gardens of Tenochtitlan, we've explored the ingenuity, spirituality, and ambition of civilizations long gone. These wonders are more than just relics of the past. They are enduring testaments to humanity's unyielding quest to understand the world and our place within it. What ties these ancient marvels together is not just their physical grandeur, but the stories they tell. They remind us that the people who came before us were not so different from you and me. They dreamed, they questioned, and they sought to leave a mark on the world. Whether through the precise alignment of a temple to the stars or the creation of a city that seemed to defy nature itself, ancient civilizations demonstrated a profound connection to the cosmos, the earth, and the mysteries that lie beyond. Yet, for all we've uncovered, these wonders continue to guard their secrets. The hows and whys behind their creation often remain just out of reach, inviting us to keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep imagining. What inspired the Rapa Nui to carve the Moai? What drove the Maya to build Chichen Itza with such astronomical precision? And what lessons can we learn from the resilience of these ancient builders who achieved so much with so little? These questions don't just belong to historians or archaeologists, they belong to all of us as we strive to understand our shared heritage. As we reflect on these ancient marvels, it's worth considering how they resonate with us today. In a world driven by technology and speed, there's something deeply grounding about standing before a monument that has endured for thousands of years. These wonders remind us of the importance of curiosity, creativity, and connection to each other, to the past, and to the natural world. They challenge us to think beyond the present moment and consider the legacy we, too, will leave behind. In the words of the great historian Will Durant, civilization is not inherited. It has to be learned and earned by each generation anew. The ancient wonders we've explored are not just relics to be admired from afar. They are invitations to learn, to engage, and to carry forward the lessons of the past into the future. They remind us that history is not a static record, but a living, breathing narrative that continues to shape who we are. So, as we conclude this journey, I invite you to keep exploring. Visit these wonders if you can, immerse yourself in their stories, and let them inspire you to see the world with fresh eyes. And if you've enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to subscribe and join us as we continue to uncover the mysteries of our world, one wonder at a time. History is waiting. What secrets will you discover next?